Welcome to TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe.
And I'm Kierra. Thanks so much for being with us this week. Dan, I got word on the street that you've been out enjoying the great outdoors.
Yeah, you know, my boys and I, we like camping, and we went out with the father-son group this past weekend to Salt Fork State Park down in Cambridge, Ohio, biggest park in Ohio.
Cool.
We did fishing, we hung out at the pool, we went to restaurants to try new food, and we had good quality time together. I love camping.
I absolutely love that. I don't love camping, but I'll go glamping.
You know what? They had a TV, they had a stove and an oven. It was fantastic.
Did they have running water?
They did have running water.
That's all that matters.
All right.
Let's take a look at what's coming up on TV20 News.
And what we're doing is bringing the students, the staff, the community, the parents together just to show them Glenville and show us in a welcoming place.
Glenville and Collinwood High Schools are headed towards a historic merger. We'll take you to Glenville High School on the day students from both schools met for the first time.
These are amazing neighborhoods that for far too long haven't gotten the type of investment they deserve.
Plans to bring new housing and investment to Cleveland's East Side. We break down the newly announced Housing Innovation District and what it means for Cleveland's Huff, Central, and St. Clair Superior neighborhoods.
And it's Pride Month in Cleveland. We take a look at events happening across the city all month long.
The end of the school year marks a big change within the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, the merging of Collinwood with Glenville High School.
I was at Glenville High School as Collinwood students stopped by for a welcoming celebration and to check out their new school. It was an afternoon of nerves, curiosity, and a bit of learning as students from Collinwood gathered in the auditorium awaiting the arrival of the Glenville students. Principal Kendra Holloway assured the Collinwood students they were welcomed at their school.
We really want you to be here. We really do. We want you to come. So it's not nothing to be afraid of.
Scared of the kids at first. I mean, I knew like during the merge, like there was gonna be a lot of things that we're gonna have to look forward on, and just this today being a day where we get to actually meet each other and do activities together, it was fun, and I'm glad we had the chance to do this because I felt like we all needed this, especially when schools like this is like don't really get along and it's unexpected.
Glenville sophomore Miracle Nixon said she was hesitant at first, but that the nerves soon went away after the students arrived.
I was like scared that most of the kids from Colorado were gonna be mean. I mean, even though there's only a few here, like they were actually a cool vibe.
Collinwood sophomore Paul Jalen Porter says he was more curious than anything.
To, actually experience and actually see, other people from their own environment and my own perspective of it, I actually think it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Very curious and interesting, but it's cool. It's cool.
The one thing Principal Holloway wants the community and incoming Collinwood students to know is that Glenville is a peaceful Glenville.
So Peaceful Glenville organically came about as a thing to let people know that we are not a violent place. This community sometimes can get a bad rap for violence, for theft, for poverty, but we're just showing that here we handle things peacefully. We talk to one another, we may disagree, but we handle things peacefully in a way without violence.
Don't like come over here and feel like you're unwanted or you're not needed here, because you're definitely needed here, honey. This school, it's a lot of, we're family. We really are a family and we stick to that. And that's the thing at Glenville, Peaceful Glenville. We stick to a family and we always have each other's back no matter what the situation is.
Principal Holloway wants the community to know that the Collinwood students are very welcome to their school. Oh, and by the way, congrats to all the CMSC students for completing another year of school, and enjoy a safe and fun summer.
It's officially Pride Month here in Cleveland. It's been marked with the raising of the Pride flag above City Hall.
We've come a long way, and here we are at City Hall, who is celebrating our community. This flag is a symbol for people to see that they're welcome here and they can thrive here in Cleveland.
Personally, it means community, it means representation, it means the city of Cleveland is seeing that LGBTQ people matter, that our voices are heard, and that we get to celebrate the joys of all different kinds of folks.
Pride in the CLE is scheduled for Saturday, June 6th from 11 in the morning to 6 at night. Presented by the LGBT Community Center of Greater Cleveland, the free family-friendly festival features a Pride March, vendors, and food. Plus, it's spread out all across malls B and C in downtown. You can learn more information about the festival at lgbtcleveland.org. Meanwhile, the city of Cleveland is also organizing a free Pride Month kickball and field day on June 12th from 11 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon on Mall C. You can find the details for that and a registration link at clevelandohio.gov. The city of Cleveland held an Asian Heritage Day over at City Hall. The goal was to honor the historical and cultural contributions from generations of Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders, while also recognizing their contributions and influence on the community.
As an immigrant from India, this is definitely a special day, and I'm really proud of the communities that are represented here today. Cleveland is a town that was built by immigrants, and we see that our city actually grew when we were first really good at incorporating immigrant communities back in the early 1900s when Slovenians, Polish, Irish, different immigrant populations came into the city, and we integrated them and made those communities feel at home. And now the challenge is that we keep doing that if we want to grow as a city.
All these 10 countries, each of them is displaying their country, and they're all wearing their traditional outfit to share their history and their culture with all the attendees.
Cleveland is one of the few cities in the country, in the world, that has the ethnic heritages represented that we do. We count about 118 that are actually here and representing.
Different cultural groups were set up throughout the rotunda, educating visitors about their countries and backgrounds. The celebration rounded out Asian American and Pacific Islander Month, which is every May. The month of May was chosen to commemorate the arrival of the first Japanese immigrants in the U.S. and the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad, which heavily relied on Chinese immigrant workers.
Hey Cleveland, let's catch you up on what happened at the latest City Council meeting on June 1st. There's a potential spot for a new firehouse number 23. Council authorized the Bibb administration to buy the former CVS property at the corner of Madison Avenue and West 100th Street. The area drew attention last year when a proposal was made to build a gas station there. Council members clarified they did not vote on, consider, or approve the use of eminent domain to acquire the property. This legislation only allows the administration to simply purchase the site. After residents voiced concerns over the new paid parking program, Council approved an ordinance to lower rates in downtown and Ohio City to make those areas more accessible to Clevelanders. On-street parking would be $1 per hour for up to 8 hours and up to $3 per hour after 8 hours. After more than 6 years of work, Council has approved new rules for short-term rental properties, including homes and apartments rented to guests for 30 days or less. The legislation creates a licensing system and regulations aimed at reducing any negative impact on surrounding neighborhoods. That's your Cleveland City Council wrap for this week. Stay tuned to TV20 for more updates on how council decisions shape our city.
This is an area where we are looking to bring new investments in housing into the city of Cleveland, and we're doing that in a variety of different ways.
Cleveland neighborhoods that have felt behind are about to experience new investment in hopes of creating a better quality of life. We'll explain the city's Housing Innovation District next on TV20 News.
This is Cleveland. The people, the neighborhoods, the stories that make our city strong. At TV20, our mission is simple: to connect Clevelanders with people, programs, resources, and moments that shape our city. As the City of Cleveland's official television station, we bring residents closer to local government, community events, health programs, local sports, cultural celebrations, and inspiring stories from across the city. From City Hall to city blocks, TV20 is here to inform, engage, and celebrate the people of Cleveland. Because this is more than television. This is access. This is transparency. This is community. This is Cleveland's voice. TV20. We are Cleveland.
Hello, my name is John Mahoney. I am the manager of the City of Cleveland Office of Consumer Affairs. The Office of Consumer Affairs investigates consumer complaints. These include any purchase of a product or service you make, as long as you are a Cleveland resident or the complaint is about a business located in the City of Cleveland, Ohio. We will attempt to mediate an agreement between both parties to resolve the issue. However, we cannot guarantee an outcome in the consumer's favor. Consumer complaint categories include auto, repair and purchase, billing, home improvement contractors, mortgages, and retail. We have posted consumer educational flyers on the Office of Consumer Affairs page on the City of Cleveland website. We also collaborate with local, state, and federal partners who protect Clevelanders. Cleveland Department of Aging, the Better Business Bureau, Cuyahoga County Department of Consumer Affairs, the Legal Aid Society of Cleveland, the Ohio Attorney General, the Federal Trade Commission, the Federal Bureau of Investigations. Feel free to contact us with any questions at 216-664-4529.
Did you know that in the city of Cleveland, you can text 911 and the message goes directly to our communications center? Our dispatch staff will communicate with you via their keyboard, asking the same questions necessary to dispatch police, fire, or EMS emergency services. Keep this in mind if you are in the city and making an emergency phone call that might be a challenge.
This safety message is brought to you by the City of Cleveland Division of Police.
It's time to get together with new and old friends, to be active, and to learn about city resources. We're of course talking about the Summer Senior Walk Series.
The City of Cleveland's Department of Aging organizes this series every summer. And joining us now to talk about this year's walk is Department Director Mary McNamara. Mary, how are you today?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us. For the folks at home who may not have heard of the Senior Summer Walk Series, can you tell us what it is?
Sure. So folks may recall that for 20 plus years, we've had some sort of walk out in the community. And we used to just do one a year. And over the last few years, we've been increasing them because seniors told us we love these. We want to do more of them. And so this year, it's 16 weeks, every Wednesday at 9 o'clock, a walk in an interesting place in our city.
Director, what can we expect at this year's walks?
Well, the number one thing people come for is socialization. So you're going to have fun. You're going to meet people. You're going to connect with people that maybe you haven't seen in a while, meet some new friends. And then we're going to walk. What I always tell people, it's a walk at your own pace for the distance you want. And if you can't walk, still come. Connect with us. And maybe over time you can build up to that.
Yeah. You mentioned that you guys have been doing a walk of some sort for over 20 years. This is the longest series to date. Talk to me about what went into that decision.
Well, last year we did surveys on the last day of the walk, and we got more than 125 completed surveys back. And what seniors told us is, the weather's still nice in September. Can we keep going? And then they also told us some of their favorite places, and can we do those again? So they told us places like Euclid Beach. They want to walk there again. They really loved the North Coast Yard Walk, new last year. They want to go back to Edgewater. So we've got 13 unique walks and then 3 returning to our favorite spots.
Absolutely incredible. You mentioned the locations on the list, so we'll jump ahead and say, what can people expect, a play-by-play of the day's events?
Sure. So the walks all start Wednesday morning at 9. And for people who say, oh, that's early, it is early, but we're trying to beat the heat.
Got it.
Right? Because we still need to keep walking even on hot summer days for our own health and wellness. So we do start early. We typically start with a warm-up exercise, and then we take off on a path somewhere in an interesting park in the city of Cleveland. Our partners from public safety are there, so you'll see police. You'll see EMS doing health checkups. You'll see the health department there. You'll see Cleveland Water with the water buggy there to provide cold water refreshment. And when you're finished, there will be some resource tables set up that you can stop and visit. New this year, Cleveland Museum of Art is joining us for a couple of walks. Plus, we'll also have some dance groups there, hopefully connecting you to activities year-round you might be interested in.
You know, and it should be emphasized, these walks are for everyone, whether you're just walking or maybe using a walker or a mobile aid, right?
Absolutely. Last year, our oldest walker was 101 years old, and she used a cane the entire time, and that's great. We have others that come and use their rollators. It's a path that is safe for everyone. What I like to tell people is there's shade, there's benches, it's a smooth path. There's flush toilets. These are all the kind of things that make a park age-friendly, ample free parking. And I should say, of course, these are free. Yeah. All of these are free. Everyone gets a t-shirt, a resource bag. 4 of the walks will have a free box lunch for people. Other walks will distribute 5,000 pounds of fresh produce. So every walk's a little different, and I think that's what keeps people coming back.
And you don't have to wait to go to a walk in your neighborhood. If you're able, you can go to all 16 if you want.
Absolutely. Those are some of my favorite seniors who come because they're discovering places they didn't know about. And that's what they put on the surveys to us. Like, we didn't know this existed. I think of one park, Low Park in Old Brooklyn, that many people didn't know about. And they really liked that there was exercise equipment there for adults they could use. At that particular walk, we'll have Bike Cleveland there showing some age-friendly bicycles. So afterwards, we'll do a age-friendly bike ride. So there's something for everyone.
Yeah. Well, Director, it certainly sounds like you guys have thought of everything from the amenities to the resources. Where can folks at home find out more information about these walks?
Absolutely. I think the number one way people find out about us is by calling us. So for sure, calling the Department of Aging. The schedule's online. We'll mail you a schedule. If you're on social media, we're out there. You can find us in a lot of places. Libraries, this is the schedule this year. We've delivered it to libraries, rec centers. Ask for it.
Director Mary McNamara, thank you so much for joining us today. We do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Mayor Justin Bibb announced the Housing Innovation District and says the goal is to focus on housing, investment, and long-term improvements to Cleveland's east side.
We're sitting here in Cafe LA, a great St. Clair Superior business, and we're here today talking about the Housing Innovation District, which is a new initiative from the City of Cleveland.
The Housing Innovation District focuses on Cleveland's Huff, Central, and St. Clair Superior neighborhoods.
This is an area where we are looking to bring new investments in housing into the City of Cleveland, and we're doing that in a variety of different ways.
Tom McNair, the Chief of Integrated Development for the City of Cleveland, says those efforts include new housing construction, safer streets and infrastructure upgrades, more green space, energy-efficient upgrades, and targeted demolition with code enforcement.
We are also eliminating permit fees for people that want to build new single-family home construction, and eliminating by 50% permit fees for multifamily construction that goes on within the district. When we think about the Housing Innovation District, it's how can we create an area that really incentivizes people to bring new housing, but really builds wealth block by block in the neighborhood for the existing residents that are here.
But it's not only about new construction.
The new construction is obviously very exciting and something that we're proud to be doing on this block, but there are other targeted neighborhood investments that are going to be happening too. Namely, one of them is home repair.
This includes a home repair program with exterior repairs for 10 homes. It also includes storefront renovations in the area.
So we'll be doing 2 storefront renovations in collaboration with the Department of Development at the City of Cleveland, which is just a part of that targeted neighborhood investment strategy. We don't want to just plop new homes down and not think about what else is happening in the neighborhood.
I grew up right down the block in the Huff neighborhood, so I know these neighborhoods. I already know that the people here feel left out. The people here feel like when investment comes to the city, it only happens in certain areas.
The mayor says the Housing Innovation District brings together 3 strategies: targeted neighborhood investment, modern zoning that fits the neighborhood, and faster, more accessible permitting. You can learn more at clevelandohio.gov.
One of the shows we produce here at TV20 Cleveland is called Make It in Cleveland, hosted by yours truly. It's a show about entrepreneurs here in Cleveland who are helping to make our city thrive.
Yeah, and Kierra, you're a really good host at that. So what business did you visit for the latest Make It in Cleveland?
I appreciate that. You're so kind. But we actually visited 2 businesses this week. It's Tienda Guatemala and Jen's Taco in the Cadell neighborhood. Have you ever been there?
I've not, but I love tacos. How was it?
It's absolutely incredible. And we have a sneak peek of the episode, but it's a super cute kind of mom and pop shop. It's run by a husband and wife, and their daughter Jen, who Jen's Tacos is named after, helps them run the business. So let's take a look at that. I'm here with Jennifer Gutierrez, the daughter of the owners of Jen Tacos and Tienda Guatemala. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Doing great. Thank you so much for having us and sharing this space with us. So I guess first, let's talk about where we are first. What is this place?
So this is Tienda Guatemala. This is our family-owned business that started on West 115th Street.
Okay.
Yeah, and we started as a small 2-aisle grocery store.
Yeah, and you've grown to this incredible space. Talk to me about the history. It started by your mom and your dad, Carlos and Estella.
Yes.
Talk to me about why they started the store.
So we moved here starting as immigrant families, immigrant parents, and they saw an opportunity here on the west side of Cleveland because we were missing a lot of our produce from our culture, from our heritage. And so they saw an opportunity to open a store and decide to invite those kind of products.
Yeah, incredible. You wanted to bring your heritage here to Cleveland.
Yes.
We absolutely love that. Talk to me about why this neighborhood?
We kind of grown to like the west side of Cleveland. It was really part of a lot of our culture, a lot of like Latin families and everything, and we enjoyed it here. We didn't want to leave the west side of Cleveland.
Yeah, and I got a chance to talk to your dad a little bit before we got started. He said that this business has been going for more than 15 years. Talk to me about what that means to you guys.
This is a business that, well, it started off small, a small little aisle, and we never thought that it'd grow this large with more than two aisles. And so it's been kind of our home, our second home.
As we head into the summer season, it's time for Mayor Bibb's Summer Neighborhood Walks. If you're unfamiliar, these walks are when city officials and department heads go into neighborhoods to hear from residents directly. The goal is to address safety and quality of life concerns. It's also a time to educate Clevelanders about services like 311.
311 is the city's non-emergency hotline and website where residents can report issues that they experience in their neighborhoods, anything from a pothole to an issue with a vacant property, grass cutting issues, waste collection issues. So residents call us with those issues and we create a ticket and get their issue on the path to resolution. The goal of the neighborhood walks is for city staff to be present in the neighborhood, close to the issues that residents are experiencing, and also have an all of government targeted intervention where lots of city departments are all putting energy and resources towards helping a targeted area of the city.
You can report an issue by simply dialing 311 to be connected directly to their call center, or you can visit clevelandohio.gov/311. Also joining on the latest summer neighborhood walk, the Trash Boys. The Cleveland-based youth-led business started with two teen brothers and has since grown into a community service focused on litter pickup and helping residents who may need some extra support with their trash. The Trash Boys also won first place in the 2025 Cleveland-led Accelerate Pitch competition.
While books are at the heart of what they do, Cleveland Public Library is so much more than a place to check out a good read. It's one of Cleveland's most valuable community resources. That's why TV20 is shining a spotlight on the Cleveland Public Library in this edition of Beyond the Books. This Hidden History segment features Chief of Special Projects and Collections at the library, John Skirdick, who shares some of the little-known history behind the library, revealing details even longtime residents may not know.
Hi, this is John Skirdick of the Cleveland Public Library. I serve as the Chief of Special Projects and Collections here at Main Library. Today we're in the historic John G. White corridor of Main Library on the 3rd floor, and we're highlighting a really impressive collection of ours. It's our menu collection. So going back to our humble beginnings of 1869, we didn't just collect rare books, we also collected everything from our neighborhoods, including menus. And people of our town love to eat. We're still a foodie town, and here in the corridor we're doing a menu exhibit. This is a really impressive exhibit for us because there was a gentleman who came to me many years ago who had been collecting menus, and when he said collecting, he admitted to me he had been stealing them for his whole life, and he was a little nervous, but I said, most of these places are now closed. The library is here for you. Let's put these in the collection. So come down to Main Library and see some of the most amazing things you've ever seen in our culinary journey across Cleveland.
We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland. We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland.
We are Cleveland and proud of it.
Hi, I'm Dr. Elizabeth Crow, Director of the Office of Urban Analytics and Innovation. Last year, we launched the new 311, a centralized, non-emergency hotline and website that provides ready access to city services and information. Whether you live here, work here, or are just visiting, our goal is to make it easier for you to report non-emergency issues, either online or by phone. Think of us as the front door for your city services. See a pothole that needs to be fixed? Need a trash container? Discover a street light that needs to be replaced? You can call 311 or visit us online at clevelandohio.gov 888-311, and we will make sure your request gets to the right department. If you submit your request online, you can create an account and track the status of your request. This is your city, and with 311, you can help make Cleveland better for all of us.
Are you a high school student or an adult in Greater Cleveland dreaming of a rewarding career? A college degree or professional credential can pave that path, and College Now Greater Cleveland is here to guide you. We offer free personalized advising, helping you navigate the complexities of higher education, from exploring career options and choosing the right college to applying for financial aid and scholarships. We're with you every step of the way. And even after you enroll, we'll continue to support you to overcome any obstacles to graduation. Did you know a 4-year degree can boost lifetime earnings by 84%? More than just money, it opens doors to secure jobs and more financial opportunity over the course of one's lifetime. Right here in the city of Cleveland, our college and career advisors work in each high school in the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. And for adults looking to start a new career, College Now can help you re-enroll, removing financial barriers so that you can succeed at any age. Take the first step to a brighter future. Visit collegenowgc.org. Find us on social media or call 216-241-5587. Everyone deserves the chance to pursue their educational goals. Your path to success starts now.
Welcome back to TV20 News. You know, one of the shows we are proud to produce here on TV20 Cleveland is called Creative Focus, hosted by Cornell Calhoun III.
It's a show all about the creatives in our city, making Cleveland a more colorful place for all of us. Here's a sneak peek of the latest episode with owner of Sharan Dance Studio on Larchmere Boulevard.
So the story is from my mother that I was around 8 years old and I would constantly sit the family down to watch me choreograph or this dance I made up. And at one point, the story then became, you were this great dancer, but you had no rhythm. And so around 8, 9 years old was my first stop to a dance studio, Daryl Jarvis in Toledo, Ohio.
And so they were your mentors?
Yes, and so I think for me, what made me stay and what made me love dance was my first dance teacher was a Black woman. And I just thought, wow, I could do this. And so it just had me in the studio all the time. I loved it and never stopped.
So take us through the transition from a dancer to a choreographer to owning your own business. How did all that transpire?
I had great mentors. And again, starting as a dancer, my first dance teacher actually had us, do coloring books, and we had to learn terminology. And then I got to be about 13 years old and started assisting, which then allowed me to see what teaching looks like. Then at 16, I was the first ballet total fitness hip hop teacher at the gym, and that allowed me to learn how to choreograph. From there, music was just so important to me. I love to hear it, I love to feel it, and that allowed me to choreograph and allowed me to think of ideas and put them down on paper, then put them to my body and teach others.
You know, Kierra, another great show, and it's summer in Cleveland. We got a lot of great events, like the Pride events going on all month long.
That's right, and when we had the walks with Mary, I think we had a jam-packed show that was full of good information so folks can get out and enjoy our great city.
You know, the senior walks are a lot of fun. I can't wait to get out there myself just to check it out.
And you always get a cool t-shirt.
I love the t-shirt.
We love a good giveaway. Thanks so much for watching TV20 News. You can follow TV20 Cleveland on Instagram and Facebook, or subscribe to our YouTube page.
You can also watch our live stream at clevelandohio.gov/TV20. I'm Dan Monroe.
I'm Kierra Cotton.
Hey, we'll see you next time.